Welcome to My Creative Brain. Today I am talking to Aleighcia Scott. Aleighcia is an award-winning Welsh Jamaican reggae artist who's been performing since the age of 7. She's recorded with Julian Marley, been selected by the BBC to be a Horizons artist, performed at Glastonbury and won multiple awards for her craft. We're going to have a chat about creativity and well-being, and there's going to be an activity for you to try at the end.
I'm a conscious queen, don't need nobody telling me. Not beg no friend coming, not look no friend in me. Step out to Babylon and then we will tread to Zion. Heart filled with love and a belly full of hunger. If you want the next step, we have to fight it stronger. I'm not listening to those who don't think we can make it. Whoa, whoa. Live the life you love and you love the life you live. All I am trying to be is positive. Seek for the guidance, allow yourself to grow. I'm a conscious queen, don't need nobody telling me. Not beg no friend coming, not look no friend in me. Step out to Babylon and then we will tread to Zion. I'm a conscious queen, don't need nobody telling me. Not beg no friend coming, not look no friend in me. Step out to Babylon and then we will tread to Zion. We can move mountains, each and every peak, if we were together in unity and peace. Love is the foundation, that's where I want it to be. You have to understand that the only way is up, and the Almighty always filling my cup. Each one must teach one, help the youth to grow. I'm a conscious queen, don't need nobody telling me. Not beg no friend coming, not look no friend in me. Step out to Babylon and then we will tread to Zion. I'm a conscious queen, don't need nobody telling me. Not beg no friend coming, not look no friend in me. Step out to Babylon and then we will tread to Zion. Mix. The love that we give is so positive. Need to move forward, love has to live. To all my conscious queen, yeah. The love that we give is so positive. Need to move forward, love has to live. To all my conscious queens, I'm a conscious queen, don't need nobody telling me. Not beg no friend coming, not look no friend in me. Step out to Babylon and then we will tread to Zion. A conscious queen, don't need nobody telling me. Not beg no friend coming, not look no friend in me. Step out to Babylon and then we will tread to Zion. I'm a conscious to all my conscious queen, yeah.
Hi Aleighcia, thanks
Hello.
for joining me in my funky living room.
Thanks for having me.
Glad you got the memo about the dress code as well.
Do you know what? I just knew.
Thought in my head,
I
shall
thought, hang on a minute.
would it have been too much if we were both leopard?
I almost did though. To see the exact print you've got on, that was almost the exact print of the shirt I was going to wear, and I thought,
I think it could have been cool.
could have worked. It could have
Just
worked.
leopards everywhere. I'm happy with it. So we've just heard your song Conscious Queen. Do you want to tell me a little quick bit about that before we crack on?
So that song's produced by Peckings Records, and that for me was a kind of, a lot of the time people like put you in a box, you must do this, you must do that, and it's kind of just saying you can do anything you put your mind to, and if someone says you can't, yes you can. So it's just like building confidence in yourself and pushing forwards, really.
Nice. So the first thing that I would like to know is, what's like your earliest memory of singing, doing music, being creative?
I think I've always sung, always. But I think my earliest kind of memory is just walking around writing my own songs off the top of my head. They made absolutely no sense, probably. But I just knew I loved to do it. And I really enjoyed it. And then family would come over and my mum would be like, go on, sing them a song. I'm like, all right. A big show in the living room. But yeah, that was pretty much the kind of journey. And then when I was about seven-ish, I went to Riverside Warehouse. So we used to have a group called Expressions of the Young Kind. And it was kind of a youth club for like any age and we just get together, sing some songs, and it really helped me to realise like this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Cheesy, I know, but it's true. So yeah, that kind of like helped me hone in my talent, and then from there I just knew that it was always what I was going to do.
So you were saying that was when you were about like 7?
Yeah, about 7. So
Nice.
I was performing at like big weekends, Cardiff big weekend and stuff like that from those ages, and I just knew how alive I felt when I was doing it. So I just knew nothing else would be what I wanted to do.
So after that point, when you were growing up, sort of in your teenage years, when was the point that you actually started to think of yourself as a singer, like an artist?
I think I always felt like a singer, because I feel like for me, it's not just, oh, I want to be a singer. For me, I feel like it's my purpose to be able to do music, to share a message, a vibe, that kind of stuff. I just always feel like that's what I was supposed to do. I think as I got a bit of a teenager, you know, like maybe I got a little bit more self-conscious and that kind of stuff. So I went a little bit quieter with it, but I still did it. And then I went to a youth club, and there were some youth workers there who were like, do you know what, this girl really loves singing, so we're going to find her a youth club with a studio in. So they did, big up St. Maddie's Youth Club, and they found me a studio in Llanrumney Youth Club. So I would go there, and at the time, like it still is now, and like grime was like a massive thing for us, for our age group. So the boys would be in the studio doing all their grime songs and like occasional like hip hop songs. So I'd be like doing the choruses, and that kind of helped me to start developing my writing a bit more. And then I got to about 14, 15, whilst I was in youth club, and one of my friends said to me, people do YouTube videos now. I was like, YouTube? What's that? Because at the time I only had MySpace, so I'd go to youth club, record a song, and then whack it on my MySpace page.
R.I.P. MySpace.
Yeah. So then I thought, oh, that's really cool. And I randomly posted a video. It was with, can you remember the shake phones? You'd play a song and then you'd shake it and it would change to the next song.
Oh, yeah.
I had one of them. So I sat in my room and I was like, let me give this YouTube thing a whirl. So I just sat like, videoed myself really sternly. I think it was only last week, the week before, I put that on mute on my YouTube channel. I watched it and I did have a little laugh to myself. But yeah, I just sang a verse and a chorus of a song. I don't even know if I had the instrumental in the background, to be fair. And then from then, people were requesting. I was getting messages from people in America, people, I can't even remember, people all over the world, Brazil, messaging me like, hey, can you sing this song? I was like, whoa, didn't know this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I think from there, I was like, okay, this is serious now. This is what I love to do, and it's what I'm going to do. So let me be a bit more consistent, I think. Mm-hmm. And then, so that was like 14, 15. And I just kept going with it. And then about 17, a few of my friends, so Local, Fernquest and DJ Illaby, they would get together and write. And they were like, hey, you should come to the studio with us. So then we'd do like a little writing group. And I would write my stuff. And at the time I was singing a lot of like funky house. That was the big thing in. And Tension was producing some stuff for us. He had a studio in Newport. And then I was going to Riverfront Studios with Jamie Winchester. And I was just recording, just getting stuff done, basically. And I just kind of started living it. That's what I was doing. I did college, uni, all that stuff as well. But even though I knew singing was always what I wanted to do, I wanted to just have something there just in case. And then I did full-time work as soon as I left uni for a little while. And then I just woke up one day and I was like, Mum, I'm handed in my notice, I'm going to be a full-time singer. She's like, wow, if that's what we're going to do. And I was like,
Bet that was a good day.
Okay, I'm going to do it. So I did, yeah. And that was 6 years ago, and I've been full-time ever since.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like singing has been, a lot of people don't come to their like realization of what their thing is until later, but it seemed like you knew it really early on.
Always.
And did it help you like get through a lot of weird times in your life?
So many times.
Been there the whole time?
Do you know, like for me, and I'm definitely missing performing as well, like obviously because of the Rona and all that stuff. I'm really missing it, because for me, singing is a release. But I feel like also, not just for me, but for people who come to the shows, it's a release for them also, because music is just, I feel like it's a release for, even if people don't realise it, it's a release for them as well. So I'm definitely missing being able to channel my emotions through that. Mm-hmm. But it's definitely helped me get through a lot of things because of that, the emotion side, but also because of constantly building myself, trying to, and just being consistent with it. It's always given me a focus and a purpose. So I think that's definitely helped me as well.
Yeah, it's like therapy on more than one level.
Literally, so many levels, yeah. And I get to travel to lots of nice places, so that is definitely a good thing as well.
Holidays.
Yes.
Remember those? So music is obviously present in your life like all the time. How does it tie into your well-being, do you think?
I think it's just basically is the focal point in my life. As much as I'm a musician, I'm also a massive fan of music. So reggae music for me is what I mostly listen to. And I just think it's like, it's a massive outlet. Your thoughts, your feelings, everything. Somebody might be singing about it and you're like, yeah, this relates to me. So you can feel it, you can go through it. Or if you're singing it or creating the music, then you get to release through that as well. So well-being for me, it helps me to have a focus, a purpose, and to release any emotions I might be feeling as well.
I think there's just something about like the act of singing itself.
Definitely.
Is like just like a big version of just.
It's like a scream. Yeah.
It's amazing. So what is, like, pandemic-wise, what has it been like for you creatively? Because obviously, no gigs.
Okay, so to be honest, the first part of the whole lockdown, I was like, yeah, so it doesn't matter. I'm inside. I'm going to focus. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be consistent. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And that lasted for the first, I'd say, 3 months. And then I just was like, wow. I didn't know who I was without music, because for 6 years, I've done anywhere between 2 to 5 shows a week, every single week. I've had 1 full week off of not doing music in 6 years. That's it. And I was like, so what do I do now? Like, I had to basically, not to sound all cheesy, but I had to like recreate myself within the times of now. Yeah. So I had to find like things I could do. So I've started doing like a little bit of studying of things that would help me with different aspects of music and online and that kind of stuff. Did a lot more writing. I've been working on an album, been back and forth Jamaica for a few years with Rory Stonelove. So that's basically finished now. So I've been able to, where I would be so busy before, on the plus side, now I had a little bit of time to fit things in that I haven't always had time for. So we've been able to tweak a few bits that we didn't maybe notice before. I've been able to look at my social medias and where I'm basically going wrong, ish, and try and like just build from what I had rather than looking at what I don't have anymore because of the pandemic, you know?
It's almost like an enforced kind of like,
halt.
Right, step back, babe.
Yeah.
Have a little look at what you're doing.
Yeah.
And in terms of just, because it's a bit like a loss of identity, isn't it, when you're not allowed to perform?
Yeah.
How has that been for you? Have you been coping with it pretty well, or?
Very strange. So I did a lot of live sessions, so they definitely helped me, and I've had lots of messages from people saying they're helping them as well because they're missing live music. But it's just really, really strange, like where I was so used to like getting ready for shows, getting ready to travel, doing all these things, and basically what I was doing every day of my life just basically went, stop. So then what do you do? So I've had to like figure out another way of living, which is really strange. But I am missing shows so bad, so bad. It was weird today getting ready.
I was literally just thinking that. Like, I find like I've kind of lost the ability to like
I didn't know
do
if I was getting ready for a show
like,
anymore.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Who's that in the mirror? I don't know.
Like, put clothes together and you're just like...
I can't remember. You know, sometimes you have like go-to things you might wear for shows and that kind of... I don't even know what my go-tos are for shows anymore. I'm like... Oh, does that go? I don't know.
Well, apparently it's animal print is our go-to.
Literally, the go-to. Got the memo this morning.
It's like singer uniform in it, animal print.
Just in case, a bit wild.
Is it quite important for you, the kind of... I think of it like as almost like costume in a theatre way when I kind of get ready before a gig. Is that kind of important for you for your confidence and stuff?
Yes, for confidence, but also...
To, like, diva up?
I think it's more because I care about it so much that I want to make as much effort as I can. So because I love music so much, I'm like, this is my purpose. It was something given to me, and I have to make the most of it, you know? So yeah, I love like doing all the makeup, and actually like went on a course of makeup about maybe even 2 years ago now. Shout out the blush room, because I wanted to make sure that if I was traveling, that I was knowing what to do. Yeah. Sometimes if I don't tend to travel by myself just in case, but I want to make sure that I knew what I was going to do with my hair, with my makeup, all that stuff. But then it's kind of like you get out of the routine of doing it now. So what do I do? And I was like, poke myself in the eye with the eyeliner now. Yeah, giving it a go.
In general, what are like things that always make you feel more confident, or kind of always you stay away from because they would affect you, like make you less confident?
Being prepared makes me more confident. I'm not saying I'm always prepared, but I
totally,
try my best.
Totally agree on that.
So I like to know like times, place, what I'm going to be doing.
You're very organised.
I try to be.
You're very, very
just
organised.
because I go out of focus if I'm not. If I'm organised, I know where this is, that is, and otherwise I'm stressed. So I like to be organised. So well-being for me is being organised. Like I like to make sure, right, what's my tick list? What do I need to reply to? Have I done all my emails? Have I, before pandemic, what shows have I got this week? Where do I need to travel to? I just like to know what's going on.
It's good, especially with like a busy live schedule like that. There's so many different details all the time on there. So you just kind of like, you've got to stay on top
what's
of it.
For this one, what's for this one?
What
you might have a show in Luton, but you just turned up in Liverpool because you read it wrong. Yeah. Don't want to do that.
No, not ideal.
No.
You're going to sing a bit more for us now.
I am.
Bit of a song called Bloom.
Yes.
Can you tell me something about Bloom?
So Bloom is it's a song from my EP, and it's part of a love story. So the EP is track 1 to 6, and Bloom's earlier on. So it's about a love story that kind of goes wrong. But in the beginning, new love stories are all nice and sweet. So Bloom comes near the beginning, it's a nice love story, and everything's all sweet. So yeah, that's what this is about.
Cool.
Heart is full of with love for us two. On Thursdays we go for a walk around the lake, then we sit at the bench and we just talk. My love must mean so much to him, and he's to me. Maybe we could stay together, yeah, start a family. 'Cause baby, this love, it feels so good, and he treats me like he should, and I can't get enough of his love. On Tuesdays in the afternoon, he says it's our time to do what we want to do, and he always lets me be the one to choose exactly what it is that we get to do. My love must mean so much to him, and he's to me. Maybe we could stay together, yeah, start a family. 'Cause baby, this love, it feels so good, and he treats me like he should, yeah, and I can't get enough of his love, of his love. 'Cause baby, this love, it feels so good, and he treats me like he should, yeah, and I can't get enough of his la 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 la. It's la 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 la.
In your day-to-day life, what things happen to you? What do you see? And it just makes you think like, oh, I've got to sing. I've got to write about that.
I feel like it's just general life itself. Whether you're going through something or whether you're not going through something, I just feel like I know if I sing or if I write, after that, I'm going to feel good. So regardless of how I feel now, I'm just going to get it done because I know after it, I'm going to feel better.
Yeah. And there's obviously quite a lot of people, you probably come across them in your life as well, but people who come up to you and be like, oh, you're great, well, I can't sing at all, or I can't write music. What would you say to those people?
Do you know, I think it doesn't matter, because if you enjoy it whilst you're doing it, it doesn't matter, just do it. That's what my biggest thing, my biggest advice to anyone is just do it. Because I feel like do you know, I would never speak on a stage before. If you saw a show from me, maybe even 3 years ago, I was scared to speak to people. I'd stand like this, wait for the song to start, then I sing, and then I say, thanks, stop.
Yeah.
I can't, because I used to be so nervous to speak to people in case I said the wrong thing, and I just don't think I was like confident in myself. But I just think when I got the realisation was because it's not about what people might think or what people might say, it's how does it make you feel? Do you enjoy it? And you have to make the most of it. And that's, from then, I've just been doing that. Now I probably don't shut up, to be fair. But I just think when you realise how you feel from something, you're just getting a bit of a better place, I think.
Yeah, like if you're just doing it because
just
you're like lost in it rather than thinking like, oh, what do people think about the way I'm singing this, or what do they think of this song I've written?
Definitely. And there's always ways to improve. I've got so many things I probably need to improve on. But like I would say that also getting used to something. So you might sing once a year, and every time that once a year comes around, you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. But imagine if you sang 10 minutes every day, you get so used to it that it just becomes natural. It just becomes second thought to you. So you don't scrutinise it so much, you know? You just literally just do it. Same with writing. And then I think that if there's people around you, obviously at the moment socially distantly, but if there's people around you, or like Zoom calls are good things. I've done a lot of writing sessions, Zoom calls. Yeah. You find an instrumental. Even if you went to YouTube, found an instrumental. I'm lucky in the fact that I work with some amazing people, Peckings, Rory, Stonelove, that they'll send me stuff like, hey, I really want to write today. Have you got anything for me? So somebody will send me something. A little email gets a ping. But yeah, just find instrumentals on YouTube. Just sit and write with it. Sit with it on a loop. And also, this is kind of opposite to what I've just said, but don't force it. So sometimes I think, right, on Tuesday at 5 o'clock, I have to write. And then Tuesday 5 o'clock comes and I think, oh, I don't really want to write right now. Even though, like I said, I know I feel better, sometimes it's best not to force it. Yeah. But you have to realise if you're in your own way as well. Are you just being lazy, or do you really just can't do it today?
Yeah. You know? I think, for me at least, about 99% of the time, it's me that's in my way.
I'm guilty of doing the same thing, to be honest. Yeah. There's so many things that probably would have made my life 10 times easier, but you just kind of don't do it. So
if you're feeling kind of if you're feeling like in one of those moods, or if you're feeling a little bit blocked, what would you do to get yourself out of that funk?
Do you know what I love to do? In the past couple of years, I've really taken to is meditation. People think like, oh, you've got to do all these different things in meditation, but it's really not. It's literally, you could sit, close your eyes, and take 10 deep breaths in and out. And I promise, by the time you finish those 10 deep breaths in and out, you'll feel less stressed, and you'll feel like, right, let's get something done.
I feel like that's kind of why singing is so therapeutic as well, because it's kind of, it's the breath, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes I forget to breathe when I sing, but...
Start going a bit purple and just like, oh!
No, but I'm getting better. But yeah, no, I just think there's loads of just relaxation, and also being sure of yourself and remembering why you're doing it. So you're not doing it because you're worried what people say. You're doing it because you want to do it, because you love it, and because it makes you feel good. So you have to just do it.
Shout out Nike. I do actually like, just do it is one of the most helpful things that, like, it was there in my life all the time from Nike, but then the more I think about it, the more I think it's like the most profound thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's important because how many times have you been in your own way and you just have to say to yourself, oh, come on now.
Just do it.
Just do it. Like so many, I've had to do it. Like probably today I'll probably have to do it at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think sometimes we are in our own way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to just do it.
So to anyone who's been watching this and is feeling very inspired and they would like to sort of either like progress further on their artist journey or even like start out on it at all.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for someone kind of starting out or like feeling a bit of a need for
My
progress?
biggest advice would be don't be scared. Don't be scared. Everybody has to start somewhere, everybody. And the more, I just think of it like this, the more you stop yourself from doing it is the longer you don't do it. So if you want to do it, don't stop yourself. You could figure out what is the path you want to do. Some people might think they love singing and performing, but actually where their strength is in writing, and they might realise that they might want to be a writer, so spend time looking at that side of things. You might want to be a manager for somebody, look at those kind of things. There's lots of different parts of the industry, there's little courses online, you could pick up one of those. I'm sure there's probably even writing sessions online to help you build your writing. Yeah, there's just so many different ways to do it, and just getting things done. Starting means you'll keep going. If you really want to do it, you just have to keep going. Make yourself a little plan. Be consistent. Everybody says to me, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm just consistent. I try my best to be. Every day, I'm a self-confessed workaholic, and it's not always a good thing. I've learned, the one good thing about a pandemic, actually, I've learned to rest a little bit more. But I always feel like I should be doing something. What can I do? What aspect of something do I need to look at? Maybe a visual that I want to put out. Do I need to finish writing a song? Do I need to check up on my emails? Do I need to even just watch an online show? I love watching online shows. Like obviously now that's the only option, but I just feel like that inspires me as well, because you just feel such good energy. Especially I watch mostly live reggae music, and the energy from the performers, I feel like you would struggle to watch that and not feel boosted after it.
Yeah, it lets you, like, just even when you're watching things like that, it reminds you of who you are.
Oh,
you're like,
100%.
I'm an artist, this is what I do, this is what I live. And you're like living the artist, like persona every day kind of thing.
Definitely.
But you are definitely one of those people. There's a lot of people who like, I am this, I am that, like I am a singer or I am a producer or whatever. You're very much like an all-round artist.
Thanks.
And we've got a nice activity at the end.
Yeah.
That Aleighcia's it's gonna be helpful for people to sort of work on themselves as an artist.
Yeah.
Is that right? Awesome.
Definitely.
We're gonna get some pens and paper out. Do a little activity.
It's creative.
Yeah. So this activity is a very sort of wide open focus. It doesn't have to be just for musicians. If you're an artist or a writer or anything like that, this is probably going to be a useful activity for you as well. So I would recommend you try it. And if you would like to get Aleighcia's expert feedback on anything you're doing as an artist, she's going to be available to chat to you in a Zoom call, the details of which are in the description. Okay, so you're just going to talk us through some little ideas for organisation, artist stuff.
Yes. So basically, sometimes we think, oh, I want to be an artist. And that's scary. Where do I even start? What do I do? But you don't even realise that sometimes the smallest thing is chipping away at becoming that. So your activity, it's like a 3-part activity. Because the first part, all you need is a piece of paper and a pen, or a pencil, wherever's easier. And I just wanted you to give a heading of goals. So what do you want to achieve? So do you want to write a song? Is that your goal? We're going to start with, do you want to record yourself? Even if you played off a computer and recorded a voice note on your phone, just so you can hear it back. Do you want to find your flow? So do you know what your style is? Maybe go through what you think you like, some instrumentals maybe online, or maybe you could reach out to some producers and see if they can send you some stuff. And just have a listen to a few things you might like. Because after a while, writing to those, you might think, actually, this isn't the direction I want to go. Let me try something else. So give that a whirl. And then I feel like whilst you're listening to so much stuff, automatically things are just going to come out. So then you get into your flow then anyway. Do do you want to put out a video? Is that one of your goals? When I say video, I don't mean like a big, massive production. I mean literally just your phone. You can get phone tripods from like eBay, Amazon, those kind of stuff. Not plugging them and just letting you know where you can get them. Just, you know. But this all I do sometimes when I do my videos at home is I put my phone on a tripod, press record, and then you cut the video at the end and the beginning. Do you want to be able to put out a video and be able to put it on your different sites? When you've got different sites, social media pages, do you have any? Do you want to build your social media pages? Could that be one of your goals? You might have a personal profile page on Facebook and be a bit maybe scared or hesitant to put stuff out. Do you have a goal of maybe even just starting to put stuff out just to your friends, just to your family? And then once you've enjoyed that, might you then want to go on and make a page and make it more of, okay, this is me, this is what I'm going to do now? Do you want to collab with somebody? Maybe write a song with someone? Or maybe you have an artist who might be local or maybe not even local, and just drop them a message. Just explain what you want to do. Maybe they can help you, or maybe they would want to jump on a song with you. And the biggest goal, I would say, is have fun with it. I think when we put too much pressure on it stops us from doing stuff. So just have fun with it. Remember why you enjoy doing it and how it makes you feel. But yeah, so there's just a couple of ideas and some goals that you might want to do. But we were trying to think of earlier what the phrase was.
Yeah, it's like a goal without a plan is just a wish, is something like that. We're just making it is a real quote from a real person. It's not the same, but something like that. That is going to be weirdly cut off by you talking now, isn't it? It's a goal without a plan is a wish. Just a wish is something like that.
But I feel like when you write down goals, you're more likely to get them done. Because it's a visual then, you think, yes. And even, as mad as this might sound, writing it down is actually getting something done. So then you're being more productive. Why have you taken the time to write it down? You're being productive by doing that anyway.
You've committed to that.
Committed. That's what we're going to use. You've committed to doing it. So yeah, lots of different goals, lots of different ideas. Could be as simple as listening to a song that you like, just to figure out if that's what you love to do. Literally. Sometimes we think, I'm going to be an artist. Oh my goodness. How in the world am I going to do like a massive £5,000 production video? You really, really don't have to. I mean, hey, if you've got money like that, cool. But if you haven't, there's so many things you can do. Yeah. Even to the point of, this is what I've been doing, is look at YouTube tutorials of maybe shooting different things and having different things for your social media pages, how to take better photos, because I'm not the greatest at taking photos. So I've had to look at different things like that. There's an online free course on how to use social media. There's lots of different things. You even get a little certificate at the end of it, just in case.
Do you remember what website that was that you did that on?
That is on...
We can always make it come up on screen if you remember.
The link is here now.
The link is on screen now.
But yeah, I just think there's so many tools available, online especially. But yeah, just even the smallest goal is a goal. And once you reach that one, then you look at the next one and the next one. And I just think it's good to have things to do.
Okay, so stage 1, write some goals down.
Write some goals down.
Write some goals down. Okay.
Write some goals down.
What's stage 2?
Stage 2, I think a lot of the time, you don't have to have social media, but I think in this day and age, it does help. So I think it's definitely good to be fluent with social media. So like looking at things like, who is your audience? So who do you want to play music for? Like I said, you might just want to post stuff just to your friends and family, and that's fine. You might, the certain kinds of music you do might cater for students, or different age ranges, that kind of stuff. So who is your audience? Who do you want to see your stuff? Who do you want to be involved with your stuff? Who are you marketing your stuff towards? That kind of stuff. Will you have a pattern? So a pattern could be, you might have is it sepia?
Like the
gradient?
Brownie kind of.
All your photos might be sepia. So when you go onto things for like Instagram, is it landing page?
Yeah.
Your landing page might all look the similar effect. So it's kind of tidy. Mine's not. Mine's a mess. But still, just in case you wanted to do that.
Or if you've got sort of things for your like aesthetic. Like pineapples.
I just naturally love pineapples. They're not in everything, but where I can squeeze one in, they're there. My kind of thing as well, I would say, is I'm very natural with my social media. So I wouldn't like post something up that's like generated, or write a caption that's generated. It's genuinely things that I think or things I enjoy or quotes I've seen. I think, yeah, I really like that. So definitely be, even though I say like patterns and those kind of things, as natural as possible. So I would never post anything I didn't believe in, you know? Yeah, and also a pattern, some people post every day at 5 p.m. That's what it's supposed to do to build up traffic and stuff for your website. Or might you just say, okay, I'm just going to post maybe twice a week. And I also wonder about algorithms, because they say 5 p.m. every day, but sometimes that doesn't work. So I think on things like Instagram, you can see your insights. You can look at I can't say this word, analytics.
Analytics.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, mate. So you can look at the analytics and it'll tell you what time people visit your page and when it's the most busiest and that kind of stuff.
It depends on like the age of your audience, doesn't it? And,
Yeah.
like, I think Instagram tends to be younger people. They tend to be on it slightly later. All that kind of stuff.
So if you're mindful of those things, sometimes you might just want to get on there and post. That's absolutely fine.
Just don't do it at 4 a.m.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes your people might be up at 4
Yeah, I
in the morning.
mean,
They might be
maybe
the
you
same
make
things as
music
kind of
for
you.
insomniacs, in which case do post at 4 a.m.
Correct. That's me. But yeah, I just think sometimes you can look at these kind of things, or you can just do it naturally, whichever works for you. And then I think to build followers and to build your pages, again, the biggest thing is consistency. So people want to see what you're up to. People want to say like, oh, they got this new song coming out, that's cool. You can hear like a little snippet on their page, or like people might want to know more about you. So in your story, I know a lot of artists that I listen to, I like watching their stories because you see more of their day-to-day life and they have a little chat sometimes, and I feel like you get to know them more, so you know their music more. Maybe I'm the only person who thinks like that, I don't know. But yeah,
no,
so
I think that's why people like social media, isn't it? Really, because you don't just get here's the big release from your favorite artist. You get to see them like dance around in their kitchen or whatever, and you're like, I like that.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah.
But I think it's just important for people to see you naturally. So like, even if you decide, right, I just want to post to family and friends for now, to start off, like the first goal that you could have would be like, hey, just be an open, honest video. Like, hey, basically I love music and I want to start putting stuff out. So this is me telling you that's what I'm going to do. So once you post that, you've basically told yourself that's what you're going to do now. So you have to just keep going with it. And what do I post? I feel like that is up to you. Do you have lots of new releases? You could be posting about those. Do you want people to know your favourite fruit that week? I don't know. Is that what we're going to post? Pineapple, just to put out there. I just think it's kind of up to you. What do you want your post to say? What's the end result of that post? Do you just want people to see a photo, or do you want people to hear your music or watch the video you've just posted? So I think it's just being a bit more mindful of those kind of things, like why have I posted and what do I want to do with this post? Or post it freely, do what you want. That works too.
So it's kind of just being aware of social media, having a strategy or deliberately not having one.
Basically.
Just whatever suits your personality the best.
Yeah.
Stage 2, social media.
3 is like the big activity. So guys, we're just going to write. I've just done a little small one. Don't know if you can see this. Ooh,
we'll do a close-up.
Okay. So I've just done like a little bit of a schedule. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Even if you did one thing towards yourself, building your artistic career on those days, you're good. I just feel like as long as you're active with it, but also on days of rest, that's cool, because a lot of people still have a 9 to 5 going on. You've still got work to do. Even if on Monday, for example, you just spent 10 minutes finishing a verse that you want to write, you're still working towards it. And I feel once you're more consistent and you're working towards it, it makes you less likely to want to not do it. So you just keep going with it anyway, I feel like.
And just building it into a habit, like chipping away at the big iceberg or whatever.
Basically, yeah. So your big goal for this, your activity, is I want you guys to write yourselves a little schedule. Monday through to Sunday, at least one thing every day, apart from one day. There's one day where you don't have to do anything. One day of rest. Everybody needs rest. But yeah, so even if it's the smallest thing, take a photo for social media. that's something every day. But yeah, I just think Monday to Sunday, get a little plan going of what you would like to do. Is it that you don't have a Facebook page? You could build a Facebook page one day, but the day before that, you could spend researching on how best to build a Facebook page. There's so many tutorials there. Is it you want to do a live performance on Facebook, Instagram, any of those? Is that you want to tweet? You might not have tweeted before. Make a tweet, that's something. The goals can be so small, and it just literally depends on how much you want to do in that week.
But they all build up to this thing
Yes.
in the end. That's amazing. I mean, it's made me want to go and like be more organised.
Thanks,
and
I need to get
efficient.
myself together now, don't I?
Let's start
Come
practicing
on.
what we preach. Thank you so much, Aleighcia. I
Thank
think that's
you.
going to be really, really helpful for people. Don't forget that Aleighcia is going to be on Zoom, link in the description. And I can't wait to see you doing a live show whenever that is allowed.
Oh, I can't wait to do one. Oh, I'm excited for whenever that might be.
Thanks, Aleighcia.
Thank you.